Hello, in your first assignment for this module, you watched the video about the naturalization interview and test. You were then required to answer questions in a brief written quiz about the video and submit it to me. Today, we will be following up with a discussion about the scoring guidelines for the naturalization test. What you see on the screen is the official scoring guidelines from USCIS, and I've provided you a copy of this document. Remember, the test has three parts: reading, writing, and civics. During the interview, the USCIS officer is also evaluating whether you, the applicant, understands English. This begins as early as when they greet you with small talk and as they bring you back to their office. The officer is required to repeat and rephrase until they are satisfied that you either fully understand the questions or do not understand English. There's no specific order for how the test is administered, so let's start with the reading portion. To sufficiently demonstrate the ability to read in English, applicants must read one sentence out of three in a manner suggesting to the USCIS officer that you appear to understand the meaning of the sentence. Once you read one of three sentences correctly, the officer will stop administering the reading test. Applicants shall not be failed because of their accent while speaking English. For example, you pass if you read one sentence without extended pauses, if you read all content words but may omit short words that do not interfere with meaning. You may make pronunciation errors or intonation errors that do not interfere with meaning. So that's the key, as long as they understand what you're saying. You fail if you do not read the sentence, you make pronunciation or intonation errors that interfere with meaning. Let's That's the reading. Let's talk about the writing portion now. To sufficiently demonstrate the ability to write in English, the applicant must write one sentence out of three sentences in a manner that would be understandable as written to the USCIS officer. You must not abbreviate any dictated word in the written sentence. Once you write one of three sentences correctly, the officer will stop administering the writing test. An applicant shall not be failed because of spelling, capitalization, or punctuation errors unless the errors would prevent understanding the meaning of the sentence. For example, you pass if the sentence has the same general meaning as the dictated sentence. It may contain some grammatical, spelling, punctuation, or capitalization errors that do not interfere with meaning. The numbers may be spelled out or written as digits. You fail if you write absolutely nothing or one or two isolated words. If your writing is completely not legible. If you write a different sentence or words, or if you abbreviate a dictated word. Okay? So the civics portion, to sufficiently demonstrate knowledge of U.S. government and history, which is civics, the applicant must answer 6 of 10 questions correctly. The civics test will be an oral examination. Once you answer 6 questions correctly, the officer will stop administering the civics test. For example, passing is pretty straightforward. You provide a correct answer. You provide an alternative phrasing of a correct answer. You fail if you provide an incorrect answer or you just fail to respond. Okay, so that's how the official guidelines for the naturalization test are administered. Uh, these are the guidelines. If you will be reviewing throughout the semester the 100 USCIS questions, we'll practice dictation and have mock interviews during the semester. We will have all of you ready for the naturalization interview and test. Please email me if you have any questions. See you next class.